Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to paint some white camellia flowers using line drawing technique. Let's get started. Wow, this type of flowers is actually called the Polyspora acillaris. I think it is like a cousin of the camellia type of flowers. Anyway, so we're going to paint these white flowers with a big clusters of yellow stamens in the middle, but it's not the butterfly we just painted in the last video. And the reason I'm showing you the amount of ink that I'm taking in this video is because, as you see, I only need a few drops of ink and it will be enough for the entire painting. And you have to dilute it a little bit. If you see how I dilute it, basically I just make use of the water contained in my brush belly to dilute it on a plate. I don't premix a plate of gray color, but some artists do, and this is just a habit because what I found is that if you pre-dilute it to the light gray that you wanted, then that color becomes flat. So you have to dip a bit of like different shades in order to get the gradients that you want. So it means that you have to have several different shades of gray in order to create the gradient. The way that I do it is that I make use of the water contained in my brush to create the gradient as I paint. And I would wash my brush and take some new ink each time. So each of the strokes that I paint will have variations, and that's the way that I like it. Someone left me a message asking me to demonstrate more line drawing technique, and that's why I'm picking this white flower, which is great for showing you how to outline a flower using the line drawing technique. In traditional Chinese painting, there are some white color, but they're made of minerals. One of them is made of lead, and the other is the shells that is a bit of like pearlish. But those colors are not white, and the lead tend to oxidize very quickly, so you cannot keep your leftover paint for a long time. So I'm using the poster color, which is more consistent, even though it is not permeable, but then it's widely used in Chinese watercolor. The statements that I'm painting is actually a mix of white poster color with some yellowed and orange color, and it makes these statements stand out well. The challenge of using the line drawing technique is that if you're painting a soft subject like these flowers, because it's waffled flowers, then you need some variations in terms of thickness and the shading of the color. But if you're painting an object like bamboos and they're strong, so you have to make sure that it looks strong in your stroke. Also, there is a difference between a strong strokes that looks moist versus the strong strokes that are just simply dried. And some artists just call it a dry strokes. Now I'm using a large brush to paint the leaves. The leaves are a mix of yellow with the blue, and I add a little bit of ink to make it dark. Now I'm adding a few more smaller flowers here. For the line drawing technique, every stroke counts. There is no way to hide if you made a mistake. So I'm painting each of the petals very carefully. In some cases, you can correct it by covering the mistake with some dark ink, but not in this painting because there is no large patch of black ink that I've used. I'm now adding a small bird perching on the tree branch. The belly is a mix of yellowed and green color, and then the wings and the hat is a mix of the same shades with yellowed and blue to get the green, and then I add a little bit of orange to make it more interesting and have more gradients. Thank you for watching. I hope you like this video. I'll see you in the next one.